What's going on, guys? I'm here with one of our clients, Simon, who added 10K to his video business in the past 2 months. What's going on, Simon? How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. What about yourself?
Doing well, dude. Doing well. I guess for anybody who doesn't know you, do you mind just giving us a little bit of background on kind of you and how you got into this and how you got started?
Yeah, man. So I recently graduated from college, from engineering, and I actually work full time as an engineer. I was recently like struggling with getting clients. I was doing cold calls, cold emails, things like that. Got a few leads here and there, but didn't amount to anything at all. I did have one client in the past, but just went on doing one-off projects, things like that. So wasn't really getting consistent like money through my business so far, and just wanted help on that.
For sure. So you graduated in engineering. You worked as an engineer. Are you still working as an engineer right now?
Yes, I am correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I am.
And you're doing this and building this up, and then is the goal to eventually leave the engineering job?
But yeah, definitely, man.
Nice.
It's getting
Dude,
closer every day, but yeah.
dude, I love it. What makes you want to make that kind of transition from engineering to just doing the video business full time?
Well, I love doing engineering. I'm still new to the career, learning the systems of the company that I worked at, but like, you're stuck at a salary. It's not really a creative type of thing. So that's why I wanted to transition more into the video business. It's more
Yeah.
creative. You get to do more of what you want and things like that. So yeah, that's
That
that's
makes
why.
sense. Yeah, absolutely, dude. And so you started with cold calling. You started with doing cold DMs. We helped you get the inbound system set up. I guess how does it feel now to have a system that's like bringing you people consistently? Like what does that feel like?
Oh man, it's like a breath of fresh air, to be honest. Like, very predictable. I like the way the system is, and just you getting clients consistently, getting leads consistently. Obviously, you have to put in the work to do that.
Yeah.
So, if you're not willing to put in the work, then it's not going to work out for you. But if you are, just follow the steps, and then you should be good to go in terms of
Yeah.
getting these leads, getting calls, and eventually landing deals.
100%, dude. I mean, and at the end of the day too, like cold calling and stuff it's just tough because like people aren't reaching out to you. I feel like with an inbound system, it's nice because you have people coming to you and then you have the upper hand, right? You could be like, hey, what made you reach out to me? And you can have that conversation to where like they're reaching out to you every day. And I guess how many leads, how many calls are you getting right now?
So right now, I just upped my ad spend. So
Cool.
before I was getting a book call a day, but now like I'm getting about 3 calls every
A
day,
day?
which
Yeah.
is really awesome, to be
Dude,
honest.
you're gonna be closing a crazy ton in no time. We'll do another one of these and freaking crush it, dude. I love it.
Oh yeah.
It's and were you getting any calls a day previously, or like what was the lead flow and call flow looking like before joining?
Before joining, yes, I was doing book calls, but there were a lot of no-shows, right?
Yeah,
People were just not interested. I didn't really have a kind of system in place to where they're actually interested. Yes, I did book calls, but at the end of the day, like
they weren't
80%
the
was
same
no-showed.
quality calls. It sounds like.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, that makes sense. And I guess like what was I guess how did you find us originally, and kind of what made you reach out to us in the first place? Like what were you looking for?
Man, I was just scrolling through Instagram. I saw your guys' ad. I was at a point in time to where I was just tired of, not getting any consistent clients. So I guess it was the right place at the right time, basically.
It's just
Just
hounding your feed like on Instagram everywhere. Yeah.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
I love
yeah,
it. How long
exactly.
had you seen us for up to that point?
Well, actually saw you a couple of times. I was like, oh, okay, and then keep on seeing it again and again. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just hear them out, and then
Yep.
took those steps right there.
Dude, I love it. And was there anything that like obviously you're still going through the program. Is there anything that's been particularly helpful for you up to this point within the program?
Dude, definitely the coaching, man. The coaching calls definitely helped. If you need help, there's always support there every single day. So, and then people in Slack. And one thing too, the people, man. We have a group chat where we do like mock sales calls. So,
You're
like,
with Dan, right? Because I think you guys made like a subgroup within the group. You're doing like sales calls and stuff. Let's
yeah, I
go.
think, yeah, just the community is just a really, really good benefit, man. Just, you have that support there. So that, you're doing the right things, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to surround yourself with other people. How many of those mock calls have you been on, you think, so far?
I would say like twice a week, to be honest. Just doing
Nice.
those mock calls. Yeah, I know that usually like when you're working 9 to 5, you don't have time to join like some of the calls in the group, but having that community outside to where you could practice with other people was really, really helpful. And
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I'm still pretty
100%.
into this.
100%, dude. Yeah, and I guess like what I guess like what do you feel like is kind of within the coaching calls? Like obviously hopping on those, making sure that you're going to those, like what would you say to anybody who's like, I'm in a 9 to 5 and I'm, I don't know if I can make the time to grow my video business. Like what advice would you give them? Because you're doing it right now and you're being successful at it. So like, what would you say to someone who's like, hey, I don't know if I have time to grow my video business if I'm in a 9 to 5,
I would say to those, there's always time for that, to be honest. If you have 3-4 hours per week and working full time on weekends too, you definitely have time to be successful in this program. There's always time for something. So I'll just say to those people that, just make the time to do it and then you'll be successful.
Yeah. Well, it's a priority thing too. It's like if you want to make it a priority, you'll make the time to do it. And you obviously have, and it's working well for you. And
Exactly.
it just comes down to like a priorities thing to like, how can I make this a priority so I can get to the goals and get to the places I want to be at the end of the day. And I guess like, where do you think you might have been, kind of a weird question, but like, where do you think you might have been if you hadn't taken the leap, joined the program? Obviously it's scary. It's an investment. It's an investment in yourself, right? You got to take that leap. I guess like, where do you feel like you might have been if you hadn't taken the leap and like taken the jump?
Man, I would probably still be doing one-off type of projects, to be honest, not getting that consistent cash flow coming in. I know it's a big investment. It's a deep dive for sure, but I definitely think, I made the right decision just joining this program. But yeah.
100%, man. I love it. And you're going to be crushing, and we'll get you to a point where you're booking 5-10 calls a day if you can handle it. And we'll keep it rolling from there. You'd be closing like 2 or 3 clients a day. I love it. Last question. I guess if anybody is maybe watching this and they're on the fence about even just booking a call with our team and kind of talking with us and seeing if it's a fit, knowing what you know now, I guess what advice would you give them?
I'll just say, just book the call, take the first steps. It doesn't hurt. It's free, right? So just learn what they have to offer and then, just move forward from there. See if it's a fit. Just take those initial steps.
Yep. 100%, dude. Well, I can't wait to do another one of these when you've done 100K, 200K, 300K. You're crushing it. You're closing deals like crazy. And I'll let you get back to closing deals here, man. And I appreciate your time.